That's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Well, mostly too much throttle and steering input. But before that... Good morning. Happy Saturday, and welcome to another Discount Ted video. I have done some relatively non-Discount Ted things recently. Well, I suppose just one big one. I've had some previous videos about some limp mode issues here in this 135i on the track car, and unfortunately I bit the bullet and I paid someone to put some additional oil cooling on this car. I know, it's not a very discount method. You should just be doing everything yourself in your garage. And in an ideal world where I had unlimited time and skills, I would do that. But the reality, there are a few great oil cooler kits out there for those 135i's, or I suppose there are a few known ones. I can't say they're great because I've never had one. I have high confidence in the Evolution Raceworks one, but that's just based on looking at the componentry of it and you know, the ducts and the size of the coolers and all that stuff. However, you know, that was $2,000 in parts, $2,300 if you want the ducts and everything, and you know, that's a lot of money. So fortunately for me, I live in Spokane, Washington, and there's a great race shop out here, particularly for BMWs, called Advanced Auto Fabrication. And at AAF, you know, they make a lot of parts for E46 Beamers and, well, just a lot of track-specific parts. And they don't do a whole lot for the E82s, which, quite frankly, I can't blame them. I was talking with them a bit, and you know, there just aren't that many of us out there tracking our E82 135i's, so there's not a huge market for them to capture if they wanted to start building a whole bunch of parts. But suffice it to say, they're really good at fabrication, and they were able to help me out with putting a 30-row oil cooler in on the driver's side where there isn't one from the factory. So I'm now running a 30-row oil cooler on the driver's side, and then the factory stock one on the passenger side. No special ducts for it or anything, but I'll grab a camera angle where you can see it. It gets plenty of airflow just through the standard bumper opening. It did take them a few more hours to fabricate the brackets than I thought it'd be. I guess more time than they thought it'd be too. Just because of packaging. You know, this 135i is pretty tight quarters inside that front bumper and engine bay, so it took some finagling, but they got it done. So why am I up at 6 in the morning on a Saturday? Well, because we're going to the track today, and I'm going to find out if this worked. I have pretty high confidence it will. Note that I didn't change anything else. I didn't change the oil thermostat, so it's still going to open at the normal time that it will, but you know, this is a whole lot more cooling. It's effectively looks like 4 times as much cooling, and I can't imagine opening the thermostat a little earlier makes a difference. Instead, it just needs to be able to pump that much more oil through a cooler and give it some more time to cool. So we'll continue the video here and show you a lap, and then do a rehash of how it went. And here we are on my best lap of the day. So I'm chasing this E46 ZHP around. It's got 200 treadwear tires and cage and gutted and all the things. But overall, the car performed really admirably, and I'm looking forward to you watching the lap where I took a substantial dent out of my best lap ever. because I can't tease a spin without showing you the whole thing, here we are, going through, getting on the throttle, and coming all the way around. But, folks, this is why you do this stuff at a track. I spun, it was no big deal. I just made sure I was out of the way of the next driver coming through, and continued on my day. So, get it spun around, shake off the gravel a little bit, and then go finish out the rest of the lap. All right, well, we are leaving the track now, and the theme for today was progress, not perfection. I got a little overzealous, and will admit that I actually recorded a video during lunch that limp mode was solved, that it was done, ready to go, no issues. And then the next session, I hit limp mode. So, what did I learn? Well, I'm much improved with this additional oil cooling, but it's not perfect. I still need to get more air out of the wheel wells. The bottom line is we've got air coming into the wheel well, coming into the oil cooler. There's a vent that gets it into the wheel well, but it's just kind of getting trapped in there. I also just have a whole lot of underhood temperature in general, so you know, a vent to the hood could be, you know, a next step. I might try that next, because trying to get air out of the wheel well is going to require some pretty aggressive aero options, like a wing plate or something like that. And at the end of the day, you know, this is supposed to be a streetable track car, but we'll see how streetable I keep it. I don't know. Anyway, the important thing is it was really improved, and so after that, you know, lunch session where I hit limp mode, I went out the next session and essentially just took every straight off. Every time there was a straight, I just kind of coasted. It was fortunate there was less traffic in the afternoon, so I was able to do that, and I didn't hit limp mode at all. So it's certainly manageable. I can certainly do hot lap, cold lap, hot lap, cold lap, or, you know, a couple of hot laps, and then, you know, come in, which really is enough to do, say, time trials, enough to do, you know, enough to go have a good time, just not enough for, say, wheel-to-wheel racing, which is not the goal of this car anyway. I'm not trying to go wheel-to-wheel racing. After all, I've got a half cage, not a full cage, so I very well may just have no next action. I may just let it be as it is. I may decide to vent the hood. We'll see what happens. But, you know, in other news, I took 2 seconds off my previous personal best, and definitely found the limit of these tires. Got better at practicing letting the turn slow me down, kind of like you do, kind of like I do in karting, where I'll go ahead and let the understeer, let the front end turn work as some of my brakes through the turn. It takes a lot more bravery when you're hurling a 3,000-pound car around than a 300-pound cart, but it I at least got the feel for it and got some practice on it here, and excited to have that in my repertoire. So, you know, is the car totally perfect? All set, ready to go to you know, double 20-minute sessions? No, it still isn't there, but it's good enough. It's really good enough, especially for what I'm in it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it.